I like Asuna. I like Asuna already, man. This is the first game I'm actually getting to truly see of Asuna right from the get-go, and cast as well. And Astrea, does he see this already? He must do, right? Yes, I think he does. And you got to respect this, man, because this cannon rushes in general, they are a scary, scary beast to go up against.
Yep. I actually think at this point it's already too late to really do something about this, so you're gonna have to react, and that is what Astrea is going to do. Astrea warps in a forge. That forge is in range of that cannon though, Ben, isn't it? And now I guess it's very important for Astrea to keep the probes out. Now we're gonna have a little probe fight. Nope, we're not gonna have a probe fight. Okay, second cannon goes down at the bottom of the ramp as well. I feel like Astrea's setup is pretty strong defensively, as a probe did go down. Both players lost one probe.
I mean, two cannons, though, here. Like, this is going to be quite a bit of infrastructure that Astrea is going to have to give up, no? Although, if he gets that cannon up on the high ground, then he can deny vision from the probe and stuff. Isn't Astrea's response just really good against this?
Yes, but I do believe that this is not over yet. Zealot comes out, and this is going to be interesting. Oh, he should kill that pylon, though. I really wish that Asuna would have just killed that pylon, because then the probe could have gone in the main base. But maybe Asuna doesn't want to get into the main base. I can't imagine a world where you don't want to get in the main. So here we go. Probe does get in. We're going to get a pylon on the high ground as well. Oh. Now Astrea is going to be forced to warp in another cannon.
Yeah, so, like, there is a... Where does Astrea have his pylons, actually? So there is one... Okay, there's one safely in the main base here. So that is nice for preventative measures, but already a bit of a gnarly opening to deal with, right?
I wonder if Asuna... Okay, Asuna's going to start working on this gateway. This gateway is going to take a lot of damage, but... I'm actually surprised that only now there is vision. I guess the pylon needed to finish up. At least one Stalker will pop, though, and... I guess that's all you truly need. I mean, this is just a bit weird, Ben. It's going full NA. I think the defense and the hold by Astrea so far is good. Then again, Asuna also didn't go super crazy with the commitment, so I think it's a very playable game. The only downside, I'd say, for Asuna is that Warp Gate is very far delayed. And then the Oracle flies over the cannon, so there is now 100% confirmation as well. And all that Asuna really needs to do is just take out this Oracle, and then I think this is a more than playable game. I'm even willing to go as far to say that I kind of like this for Asuna.
I like it too for Asuna. Like, probe-wise, he's actually in a pretty damn good spot as well. He's got 2 Phoenix out already, got to see the Oracle, and Astrea is still kind of not in the know of what he's actually going to be up against here, and this is going to be a real shock for him, I think.
Yep. Well, it's going to be a very unhappy surprise, right? I mean, this Oracle's super dead. There is no saving it. Astrea knows it. Could have maybe tried to go for a stasis trap, but I don't think that really would have ever gone off. So a revelation is all that you really get out of it. And it's not just the fact that you lose an Oracle for nothing. That obviously doesn't help. But then you build a Stargate. That's now going to be pretty much useless. And because you build the Stargate, the rest of your tech is going to be very delayed as well. So dealing with Phoenixes that are going to harass your worker lines actually becomes very complicated, because you won't have Blink for a very long time. As soon as... I wonder what the purpose of that pylon... Okay, we're gonna proxy a gateway. I find it kind of funny, because he doesn't really have that many gateways. Now he warps in another gateway at home as well. I'm really starting to love this for Asuna. What's the immortal count? Okay, it's only 1. I don't want to see him make this attack with less than 2 immortals for sure. Ideally, I would even say try to get 3 immortals. But Blink is close to finishing up. And that proxy ban, it is so close to the third of Astrea. That's actually kind of insane, but he's getting away with it.
It was scouted by Astrea, though. Like, he does know about it. So Astrea is going to know where he's going to be getting attacked from, I suppose. But he can't really leave his bases, can he? Because then these Phoenix come in and kill a lot of probes or the sentries or anything like that.
If I'm Astrea, I cancel this Nexus, by the way. You really should cancel this Nexus. Because it's 2 base against 2 base anyway, and then your opponent is really committing to a proxy. Do you need... like, okay, you can maybe keep it as a buffer, to kind of try to buy time for yourself. Astrea fires up charge doing all of this. So Astrea, I think, has the right idea. Just don't be stubborn and lose the game trying to defend this Nexus. Because he does... Okay, he is going to be stubborn and try... This doesn't make any sense, man. What is he doing?
No, it doesn't make any sense at all. This is where the Phoenix shine in these low fighting armies away from shield batteries and stuff. And it's 2 immortals. They're not getting the biggest shots off. They're trying to deal with the probes and stuff. In fact, dealing with most of the Phoenix here did Astrea, but this army of Asuna, it does pack a real punch here against Stalkers.
Yep, okay, we're going to go for the forward blink. We're going to dive on the immortals. 1 immortal does fall, but the second one gets quite a few shots off. And I don't think this was good enough for Astrea. I feel like Asuna should have killed that pylon. A couple of extra Stalkers do show up. These Stalkers obviously don't have blink, but what they do have, Ben, is way more HP. and I am baffled. I'm stunned. I don't understand why Astrea took the fight there. Like, he's got a battery in his natural, he warped in a cannon in his natural, then why are we fighting here?
I have no idea, Kevin, because like the longer this game goes on, the better his army got against this kind of stuff. And Asuna, like that was the absolute fight that he was hoping for, praying for, and Astrea just walked right into it.
I mean, it's a dream scenario. You can take a fight on the other side of the map, nowhere near a battery. Like, since you're all inning and you can take a fight against an army that is not supported by any static defenses, yeah, that really just didn't add up for me at all. I don't think this game is 100% over, but it's obviously Asuna's game to lose at this point.
Oh, yeah, certainly is. I mean, he's ahead in supply, and he's got a third up and running, which, you know, we can't say the same about Astrea anymore. Ooh. Okay, what's going on here? Does Asuna want to be taking fights out here, though, before charge is finished? I don't believe he does, especially when he doesn't have Blink himself.
No. I gotta say, Astrea has done a phenomenal job in sniping Phoenixes, almost gets another one, and the moment that all the Phoenixes are gone, then all of a sudden there is a lot of micro potential in these Blink Stalkers, right? Asuna doesn't have Blink. Obviously, what Asuna wants to do is just run to the other side of the map and force a fight, because Asuna's army is way more powerful, is way stronger, but we already know that Astrea is not just gonna sit there and wait for that fight to show up at his front door. He's gonna try to be as annoying as possible with Stalkers, and imagine a world where he snipes the Prism and delays the push even more, then maybe he can swarm this army at home with Stalker Zealot.
Do you know what's amazing about this, Kevin? The fact that Astrea is actually caught up in supply. Oh, taking quite a few shots from these Immortals. Now he's on the speed zone, and Blink Stalker's using a speed zone as well. The thing is, Asuna's army's getting so powerful here, like proper stocky. So even though the supplies are close, his is very solid. He's even got 2 Immortals kind of joining this army as well in the middle of the map.
Okay, it's very important for Asuna to just be decisive here, Ben. Like, don't hesitate, don't turn around, don't get scared by the fact that he's attacking you as well. Okay, he recalls, actually, so that is exactly what he's going to do. He's going to recall the Immortals. I feel like that is so risky, because if I'm Astrea right now, I recall my Stalkers, and then I fight the rest of his army. I gotta say, it's still a pretty powerful army, but it doesn't get much better than this for Astrea.
No, I think Astrea... Oh, and he takes down the Warp Prism immediately, too. That saves him in a lot of ways. Is Astrea doing it, Kevin? I think he is.
Yep, he is starting to make some serious magic happen. The rest of the army of Asuna isn't quite here yet, so another forward blink will take place. That was a fake Phoenix that actually absorbed quite a bit of damage. Oh my goodness, Astrea, you are ridiculous. Finds another Immortal, takes out that one as well. Needs to be a little careful with his Stalkers, but this is insane. Astrea truly showing us why he's one of the very best players in this region. Still in the game though, man. We have a couple of Phoenixes out once again, so he's going to try to lift these Disruptors, but I feel that Astrea is very, very good with this army composition, and it's going to be so hard for Asuna not to eat big Purification Novas to the face.
Yeah, I've been noticing Astrea keeps getting himself supply blocked, by the way. So definitely feeling the pressure of the situation here. Now he's producing 4 probes at once, and yet again, Asuna's kept it very low on his probe count. As I say that, starts producing his own. But yeah, such a gnarly, weird situation they both find themselves in. And Asuna, while he's got seemingly a very strong, stocky army...
Oh, Disruptors by themselves! Disruptors by themselves! What is happening? Why are they not firing? Now all the Phoenixes are getting lifted. Astrea, what are we doing, mate? Oh my goodness, all the Disruptors on the right side, they still haven't shot. I don't think Astrea knows they're here. Ben, what the hell are we witnessing today in NA? A man just donated 6 Disruptors for absolutely nothing.
I still don't think he knows about it, Kevin. I've been watching this camera like he has no idea. What the hell is going on?
He's like, man, I could swear that I made Disruptors in this game. This is so odd.
Yeah, I think he just looked down. He's like, huh? I have no freaking clue, Kevin. Asuna's back in this game and ahead now.
Yeah. Well, he's about to take a fight, Archon against Archon near batteries. And let me tell you, man, an Archon doesn't die near a battery against other Archons. So we do have another Disruptor coming in from the bottom side. There are so many batteries finishing up. Overcharged batteries are amazing. Asuna cannot take that fight, and at least he knows about that.
Yeah, so he does actually march away. I mean, there's bloody cannons here as well. Asuna is warping in like 10 Zealots at a time, so he's definitely committed, but they're warping in on the other side of the map here, so they're not going to join this army anytime soon.
Take out that pylon and maybe take out the other pylon as well, but this is still not a fight you can take, because Archons have pretty low DPS, they deal a lot of damage, but the batteries will just heal them up non-stop. Now the Phoenixes are all lifting Zealots above Archons, which means a lot of the Phoenixes just go down immediately. Wow. Are we witnessing a bigger clown fiesta than Vindicta against MCAN in game 2?
You know, I think we might be. This is one of the only games where Astrea can make this amount of glaringly obvious mistakes and still kind of be ahead.
Because there isn't a crazy amount of anti-air in the army of Astrea right now. He's got 7 Stalkers and 7 Archons. If Asuna can get up to like 5 carriers, that's simply not enough.
No, definitely. And I mean, there's 2 on the field already. That's kind of scary. I mean, mass Zealot wars. Astrea does play exciting PvPs, it must be said. And it seems it's like that no matter who he plays against.
That's a lot of Zealots. It's not quite the epic battle that Astrea and Neep had on Eternal Empire, but that's a lot of Zealots just casually going at it as well. Astrea starts making Tempest, and that is obviously the unit that he truly needs to make. Well, this is not a fair fight. Half of the army is invisible, but deals a lot of damage. Tempests are going to obliterate everything that Asuna has right now, Ben. Asuna has nothing that's good against Tempest.
So 1 minute ago, it's like, oh my gosh, does Astrea know about the carriers? Then it's like, oh, does Asuna know about the Tempest? Yeah, this game is wild. And 2 extra Stargates coming onto the map as well here. Mothership Core. Big upgrades from both of them. I do love the fact that they're both getting the +2 on the air weapons, though.
Yep. I think Astrea is going to try to take a fight to maybe get rid of some of the supply, because Disruptors are great, but obviously if all of a sudden it's all about carriers, and then maybe Tempest as well, like maybe Astrea has a few too many Disruptors, right? He's got 9. That's a lot of supply caught up in Disruptors when the main threat of your opponent is in Sky units, then maybe 9 Disruptors is a bit much.
It might be a little much, Kevin. Yeah, against the mass air army of Asuna, but the Tempests, they really do counter everything that Asuna has. Like the Colossus suck against them, the carriers suck against them, and he's got 5 Colossus and 6 carriers now.
Yep. The only hope there is for Asuna is that Astrea doesn't pay attention and the carriers can get in range of the Tempest. If you can get all of your interceptors out, obviously carriers can kill Tempest super quick. It's just that normally in high-level PvP, you don't really see the carriers get too close, right? Astrea should just revelate his army, keep his Tempest at distance, and then start wailing away like 1 volley at a time. And then before you know it, Asuna's army is going to disappear. Asuna should just, as soon as he knows where these units are, he should run into Astrea. Just go. He cannot be indecisive, man. If he starts going back and forth, he's always going to lose. He needs to fully send it and believe in his army. Go!
He certainly does, and I think that's exactly what he's going for. But the Storms, the feedbacks, they're really nice. The Tempests as well, shooting on the carriers. Big disruptors on all those Immortals as well. But the carriers, they're kind of raining pretty okay. The Tempests are kind of shooting interceptors a little bit. But is there just too much Astrea? Big warping. The supplies are so even amidst both of them.
Oh, the Archons of Asuna are somehow still alive. Look at these Archon shots on the Tempest. They're actually doing quite a bit of damage. He sees battery overcharge being used, so he's going to disengage. What a fight. Like, that is actually unbelievable. It somehow turned into a somewhat even fight. Now the Archons are getting in range of the Tempest again, so the Tempest is going to have to run away. They really want to get that final carrier, and they do. A bit of an overkill there, but not before 2 Tempests fall as well. This game is nuts. Asuna is now expanding at the bottom right, Ben. How do you feel about that?
I mean, Kevin, I saw the right one and I knew where this one was heading. This is like, oh, you got 2 bases down there in the bottom right. I'll join you, mate. We'll make this a true clown fiesta. But okay, we're having Void Ray transition. Now, Void Rays. I mean, they're pretty good against Tempest, I guess, but
Yeah,
this game. This game has had every unit involved, right?
Pretty sure. I mean, what have we missed?
I don't think we've missed a unit.
No, I guess we Adepts. Did we see Adepts? I guess
Saw Adepts.
Yeah, no, then we've pretty much seen them all.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, if you guys just tune in, this started off with a cannon rush. I know it's hard to believe, but it started off with a cannon rush, and then Astrea was dead, and then Asuna was kind of dead, but yeah, here we are, +3 air weapons on the way. Asuna, you know what I like is that Asuna doesn't make the units that everybody will always tell him to make. Like in this kind of a game, he should make Tempest. He's like, no, I'll make everything but Tempest. And then when we had the ground battles, it's like, you should make Disruptors. He's like, no, I'll make every unit besides Disruptors. I mean, we don't have that many, maybe he's got one Phoenix.
He's making 3 at a time, though.
Oh, okay. I mean, sometimes they can get on top of tempers. All right, Astrea is in a bit of trouble, actually. He doesn't want to... Wait, can he not recall? Did he use recall or something? Why is his army here? Okay, he is going to recall, but not before losing 3, 4. Like in 3 tempers it was, but at the same time, he did manage to snipe the base in the top left side. Oh my god, he forgot like 6 tempers?
No, he recalled to the mothership because I think he used the recall on his Nexus.
Okay, what the hell are we watching? Australia just loses his entire Tempest army.
I think so, Kevin. Now he's recalling.
No, he's recalling to the mothership.
What? What's going on?
Okay, I don't know anymore. They cannot expect us to provide serious commentary over here.
I'm shocked.
I think he recalled some Tempest home because there's no way he could have just used a double recall on his mothership.
I have no idea, mate. I have no idea whatsoever.
Hey, is Asuna's army just invincible now? He's still got so many Void Rays.
I mean, it's much better in the straight up fight, right?
Oh my god. Astrea's in trouble, man. He's got... Okay, he does land a couple of great storms, but man, Astrea's army supply, he's got so many Zealots, and Zealots are not going to cut it against 8 Archons and 3 Colossi on the side of Asuna.
No, it's not. And these Tempests, even though they're decent, they're not good in straight up fights like this. And Asuna, the Void Rays get on top of everything. They are clumping like madmen, though. But there's just too much Asuna by the looks of it. And Astrea, he's plummeted in supply.
Overcharged battery. He's going to keep this base safe. Couple of Stalkers blink forward. 3 Archons, by the way, are like 2 Stalker hits away from dying. We've got 2 Disruptors there on the left side as well. There are some Archons here too, but there's no more Tempests. This is where you really need a couple Tempests. I mean, how are you going to kill 7 carriers with +3 air weapons? Asuna has done it. Another clown fiesta of a game ban, but this one is all over.
Okay, so is this one more of a clown fiesta? I think it might be than the Vindictor one.
It's pretty damn close, but I don't know if... I don't think anything can top that game, but this one was pretty insane.
The fact that we actually joked about it, like, will it top that? And it is as close as it is. Like, oh, I love you, NA. Never stop.
NA Starcraft is the best. All right, Asuna has only 13 tropes left, by the way. I just hope he's not going to get eliminated by Zealots. That would make it the most insane game ever. I think,
oh my goodness.
Look, Astrea's going to try to kill him with gateway units.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Like, gotta go for it, right?
How many observers do we have left? 2. Just looking for... Why do I have the feeling that Asuna is going to fly his observers into cannons? Take a look at the base on the left side.
Is he going to fly him? Oh, okay. He's down to... Is it one observer
Yeah,
left?
he's flew 1 out of 2 into the cannons. Yeah, he has to be careful because he could lose power to his robo. I mean, he might just recall eventually, right?
I mean, it might... I'm looking at the supplies here. Even though Asuna's army is unbeatable, he is 40 supply behind.
Can Astrea... Okay, I think a recall has just taken place. Yes, indeed, towards the 3rd. Okay, Asuna has 0 income at this point.
Yeah.
Oh my... Ben, we are not even done yet. Astrea's like, this isn't even my final form. You said this game was over, Roddy. I'll show you. I'm going to win with Stalkers and Zealots against a guy who's got maxed out carrier army.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe I'm involved in this. Well, this is just the...
Ben, Astrea is mining 1,500 minerals a minute. The thing is, like, his army supply is very deceiving because he's got 30 Zealots. And even if he has 60 Zealots, he's not going to kill 3 Colossi and 5 Archons. So, but he's going to try to win the base race.
Yeah, I mean, he can't fight the army. But the thing is, look how many units he has on the other side of the map. Like, and he's got units everywhere too. Like, probes can't actually leave. So, if he snipes these probes on the left side and he knows bases aren't over there, like, the runaway probes for Asuna, he can't do that either. This is actually scary for Asuna.
Yeah, Asuna should send his units home right now. Asuna, you already used recall, mate. Don't get eliminated, please. Ben, if he's not going to... What is... Okay, now he's going to send a couple of units home, but... Okay, it should still be in time. It was very scary.
Very scary indeed. Like, he's making this game as close as it can be, I feel.
And he's running out of money. He's got 280 minerals at this point, and he's losing a lot of interceptors to these cannons.
Oh, is he actually losing the interceptors to the cannons here?
Yep.
Okay, this gets a little bit scary, a little bit dicey. How many Stalkers are alive? Okay, only 6. I think Asuna's got this, honestly, but Oh man, what a clown fiesta.
Okay, there's a Dark Templar slicing away that Colossus. One Colossus gets picked off in the bottom right side. The second one falls as well. Okay, it might be reaching Vindicta against MCanning levels at this point.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Astrea, he's playing kind of moon style in Warcraft 3, right? Like he's re-expanded to the left side of the map. But I mean, he's barely mining now, like very barely. And Asuna, he's coming over here in the nick of time before anything truly gets amassed, I feel.
Yeah, and the carriers still have... Okay, the Stalkers and Archons are going to try to fight these three carriers on the right side by themselves. It's a very important fight. Recall's being used. Can we get a carrier down? Yes, we can. That means only 5 carriers are left. But at this point, Astrea also doesn't have any income anymore.
No, and the supplies, again, they're deceiving because that is a ton of Zealots that don't shoot up.
But they do... Okay, maybe at this point, you just... try to eliminate Asuna. I think that Astrea is just going to grab everything that he has. He's like, I know you just use recall, so the rest of the army cannot get recalled. This is it. It's a cannon, a battery, and 2 carriers against this army. But the carriers should be able to win that, right?
I mean, if they run away from the shield,
use
battery,
overcharge. Use battery overcharge, mate. Why wouldn't you fight him? Why would he fight away from the static defenses?
Oh, but the Zealots, what are they doing? I think Astrea's got everything on one hotkey here, so like he started chasing with the Zealots.
The last cannon. All right, now all these Zealots were left behind. That was insane too.
This game's just insane, Kevin. I think Asuna's got this now. Like, I want to say for sure, but nothing's for sure anymore.
I mean, 5 carriers and 2 Void Rays against 2 Archons and 4 Stalkers. But if the man... I feel like Asuna is very indecisive about how he wants to split up his army. Like now he's sending everything to the other side of the map again. I guess he can always just wait until recall is off cooldown and it's already 3/4 of the way there. But now he's like, no, I'm going to send 2 carriers back to the main just in case. I think it's unlosable for Asuna.
I think, yeah, leaving 2 carriers, I mean, 4 Stalkers, 2 Archons. If you micro these carriers properly, they're not going to be taken out, right? But I would have left 2 full health ones up there just in case. Like one of them that's left up there has got like half its hull damage, so yeah, that could be problematic.
I can't believe he had a cannon and a battery and he had overcharge available and he
ran away.
Yeah, let's fight in the bottom right. Like I understand that his reinforcements are on the way, but that carrier will never die in range of a battery. Like that's just impossible. So then the Zealots and Stalkers and Archons would have to kill the battery first, but then we're still cannon at least helping out as well. He really made that way harder than it had to be.
What units do we have left? Astrea, 2 Archons, 14 Zealots, 4 Stalkers. And he's just kind of sat here, last stand, down at this bottom right base.
This isn't even our last best of 3 of the day, Benjamin.
I know. These guys are like, hey, I know you like to cast Starcraft. Let's do it 2 days in a row till like 4 a.m. and see 4 a.m. then, you know?
30. Oh, okay. Hello with the Void Ray. Careful there. Every unit matters. Okay, Astrea actually blinks forward. He doesn't have enough anti-air. He should have probably stayed near his static defenses. Yeah, okay. I think this is truly it. I mean, 3 Stalkers, 2 Archons cannot win this fight, man. Astrea knows it as well. Asuna does lose his last Colossus. A Void Ray goes down, but that is the last thing that will fall. GG. Astrea wins a 38-minute PvP.